Hi, I want to talk tonight about um, dealing with the elderly person or a sick person during a natural disaster. Here in Texas, the it's hurricane season. It started June 1st. So here's some tips I wanted to share with you when dealing with somebody who is sick and unable to help themselves uh, during a national disaster or how even to prepare. Um, well, my dad was with me during Hurricane Harvey, so there's a lot of things here closed in Houston or Missouri City or Pearland, the surrounding areas during the hurricane. So my dad actually stayed with me at my house. But before he came to my home, I had, when we, of course, knew it was hurricane season and we knew that the hurricane was in the Gulf and it was, what became, formed in the Gulf became a hurricane. What I did is I began to take account of all his medications. And what I did is I got about a month. No, I think I did like 2 months worth of medication. The pharmacy went ahead and gave it to me because they knew that we were dealing with that we were in hurricane season. So that's what I did is I prepared his medication, made sure he had all his medication because he took quite a bit of medication. And if not, would he only dealt with one pharmacy, a CVS in well, I don't know if I could say that, but he dealt with one pharmacy in one city. So what I did, he was in like because it's a chain pharmacy, so he was in a database, so I could go to get other medication. But actually, what happened is that a lot of stores were closed due to the hurricane, due to people, a lot of people lost their homes and lost their businesses. So a lot of people couldn't get out and come to the businesses. So a lot of things were closed or had limited hours because they didn't have anything. So what I did is I prepared his medication first. Make sure that was the most important thing. Make sure he had medication, and I brought him to stay with me. So I had like canned goods. Try to get some more light. So I had canned goods. I had water, of course, his medication. And also, my dad was on dialysis, so he wasn't able to get, we weren't able to get to his the dialysis treatment center that he go to because of, some flooding, so I couldn't make it there. And also, what they did, they had prepared a packet that we had, and were able to take him to another location, another dialysis location, on another day. It was an extremely long wait. Sorry to keep moving. It's like it's kind of dark. It was extremely long wait, longer than he usually have to wait, but because it was a national disaster. So that's what we did. I made sure I got enough food for him and I, and just kept a track on the weather, just looking outside and just making sure, thank God he didn't have what he needs to be like on any machines. So if you do have a person that's like needs to be on some kind of oxygen machine, you probably would, want to invest in a generator. So because they would need that. Um, so the most important thing is to get all their medications together. Make sure you have enough food and water at the home. Prepare yourself for about a month out of medicine and food and water. And if they're on have any type of machines, make sure you have the adequate equipment to run the machines if the power went out. Well, luckily, when I was here, my power didn't go out. It was just a lot of rain. And like I said, my dad wasn't on any machine, but he did have to go to dialysis. So he missed his days. Like his days were Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So he missed his Thursday. No, I'm sorry, he missed his Tuesday, and we had to go Wednesday, and then he still had to go Thursday. He didn't like that. But just make sure you have adequate enough medication for the person, and usually the pharmacy does not mind, and the doctor doesn't either. Usually, the pharmacy called us in his doctor's office to make sure that he will have enough medication to last him for a month out, because you never know what could be going on. And even if you, and as well too, if you travel out of town, um, out of the city that you live in, if they're to get away, um, if they're at a chain, like a pharmacy, that's good because they're in the system and they can see what medications that they use. So just whatever you might need for them, like if they have diapers or whatever they might need, just make sure they use an insure. Make sure you have enough accounted for a foreseen amount of days in case you can't get to the grocery store, because like I said, here a lot of the grocery stores, I mean, I don't think they was running out of insure, but like a lot of the grocery stores, they had limited hours, and they had limited things in the grocery store. I mean, people were just buying all the canned goods, all the tuna, like it was barely anything left. And the grocery stores only had, they may was only open a couple of hours to let people in and out. Then you had to, I know here we had to wait in line, um, and they only let so many people in the store at a time. And also, I'm sorry, forget like any, but this is just for anybody doing like any kind of disaster. Pull out cash, because like if their power go out, then like the machines that like your debit card probably won't work or anything. Just make sure you have some cash. So that's all I have to share for right now. And just since I just thought about sharing this for hurricane season, since this hurricane season started in June, I'm actually late. This is July 1st. But just make sure you have them um, prepared for the hurricane, and prepared if you're unable to get to the store or anything. Okay, thank you.